my dear students. I hope you all are in the pink of health. I, Poonam Tripathi, your English teacher, welcomes you all to our online class. Dear students, today I'll recite one poem for you, right? But one thing is there, you have to pay attention because there is something in that, yes? And that I'm going to ask you. Are you ready now? Yes? Everybody here? Okay, let's start. If I drink coffee, I will stay awake tonight. If I stay awake tonight, I will fall asleep in the morning. And if I fall asleep in the morning, my teacher will be very angry. Yes? Did you listen it properly or not? Yes, everybody here? Students, I'm reciting it again. Why? Because it is very, very important, because I told you that something is there which I'm going to ask you. Yeah? Now listen it carefully. If I drink coffee, you have to pay attention towards the particular words. If I drink coffee, I will stay awake tonight. If I stay awake tonight, I will fall asleep in the morning. And if I fall asleep in the morning, my teacher will be very angry. Clear? Because every one of us are fond of coffee or tea or some other things, right? So here, what is given? What is hidden here? Yeah, what is hidden here? Here, in the poem it is, if I drink coffee, naturally, I will awake tonight, means I won't feel sleepy, so I will awake, alright? And if I awake tonight, then morning it will be very difficult for me to get up at time. And if I don't get up time, then what will happen? I won't be able to go to school. And if I won't go, and I won't be able to go to school, then what will happen? Naturally, I will be absent and my teacher will get angry. Have you thought that this whole poem is based on something, and that is a condition? If is used here. Why teacher will get angry? If I will not be on time. And why I will not be on time? Why I will not be on time? Because I drank coffee, isn't it? So the condition is, if I don't drink coffee, I will not awake tonight. And if I don't awake tonight, naturally I will get up early in the morning and I will get ready for the school and I will go to my school. I will be present, right? And I will be on time. Clear? So it means nothing will happen with me. But if I drink coffee, then so much problem will be created. Clear? So this is the condition. My dear students, in some cases we speak plain sentences. I'm going, I'm coming, she is doing this. There is no condition in that. Right? But in some sentences there are many conditions. You know, this poem is based on an activity, and that activity's name is chain poem writing activity. Right? Which activity? Chain poem writing activity. Yes? You also have to try, you also have to do this. You have to try to write one poem based on conditions. Clear? Now, I want to ask you one more thing. Sometimes when you ask for any gift from your parents, what do they say? They say, okay, get this much percentage. If you get this percentage, I will give you this. Right? Or suppose it's raining outside and you are tempting to go out for shopping. Right? but it's raining outside, you can't go. Then you ask your mother to go for shopping, and your mother may say, if the rain stops, right, if it does not get rain, if rain gets stopped, if it won't rain, then I will go with you. It means there is a condition when she will be able to go out for shopping. When she will go? When rain gets stopped. But if it is raining, she won't go out. There is a condition. When your parents will give you a new bicycle or any gift that you have asked, they will give you when you scored 85% or 95%, whatever they have expected. So it means in this case there is a condition. Clear? There is a condition. If one situation will be fulfilled, then only the result will come. Okay, if you fulfill their expectation, if the situation is fulfilled, then the result, and what is the result? Your new bicycle. That result will come out automatically if your situation, that is to score good percentage, is fulfilled. Okay, so now students, what we have to learn today is the same thing, that is we have to study more about conditional sentences. Okay, so now we'll start the chapter, right? This is the continuation part. In the previous video also we have gone through various models, but today what we have to study? We have to study how to use models in conditional sentences. Okay, so let's see this. Today we'll go through the same chapter, that is your grammar, chapter 5, and this is your models. And in this, what we have to study? We have to study about models in conditional sentences. Right? Models in conditional sentences. Alright students, so here we have to see how we use models in conditional sentences. These, I would like to tell you one more thing. If clauses, if sentences where we use if, right? They are actually used in the conditional sentences. If clauses. You know very well about main clauses, yeah? So, your conditional clauses are also known as if clauses, right? They represent the conditions or the situations. Alright, so here we can see models are used in conditional sentences. A conditional sentence usually has an if clause and a main clause. If clause and a main clause. The model is used in the main clause, right? This you have to pay attention, that in conditional sentences we have two parts, right? One is your if clause part, another is your main clause part, and we use models in the main clause part. Right. Okay, let's see the first one here. We use could or would to talk of situation that may be unreal and cannot be fulfilled. What is the meaning of this unreal situations, right, that cannot be fulfilled? Unreal situation means, students, in this case we are talking about the situations which actually did not take place, right? That did not happen, and the result is just the imagination. The result is just the imagination. Because suppose if a situation did not take place, then how we can expect the result? But in such unreal conditions, or we can say hypothetical situation, what happens? We focus on the situations which did not happen, which did not take place, and the result is imagination. The result comes out of the imagination, right? And one more thing is there, students, actually conditional sentences, there are different conditional sentences. Like we have zero conditional sentences, first conditional sentences, second conditional sentences, and third conditional sentences. And unreal situations comes under third conditional sentences, where we focus on unreal situations. Clear? Now let's see some example, and through this example it will be more clear. Okay? Yeah. This is, if you had asked him, he could have helped. Now look here. If you had asked him, he could have helped. I told you that this if comes in which part? If clause. This is your situation clause, right? If you had asked him, and always remember, after using this if clause, we have to use comma here. And what is the main clause here? He could have helped, right? So if you had asked him, this is your conditional clause, means this is your if clause. This is your if clause. And he could have helped, right? He could have helped. This is your main clause. This is your main clause. Here, if you had asked him, this is your if clause, right? It presents the situation, and what is the result then? What is the imagined result? He could have helped. Main clause, right? But what is the situation here? This is unreal and didn't take place. It did not happen. If you had asked him, it means you did not ask him to help. And if you did not ask someone to help, then how the person will help you? He couldn't. He's not able to help. So, this is the result that has come out of imagination. One more we can see. If I had known, I might have gone to the party. Right? I'll tell you. Okay? So please pay attention properly so that you can understand these examples very well. If I had known, I might have gone to the party. I might have gone to the party. Right? If I had known, I might have gone to the party. Here what does it mean? Now please tell me first of all, which is the if clause and which is the main clause. Please pay attention here. If clause presents the situation and main clause, what is that to express it? It gives the result. Now, If I had known, this is your if clause. Then what is the main clause? I might have gone to the party. This is your main clause, which gives the expected result. If I had known, it means the person was unaware. And if the person was unaware, then how he could manage to go? So naturally, if this situation did not take place, then the result will not come. So this is that condition. If I had known. If I had known means he was unaware. So if he was unaware, then how this result will come? Right? Now let's see some more examples from here. So you understood that could and would we used to talk of situation that may be unreal or cannot be fulfilled. Right? Now see, if I had time, comma, I could go to the gym. If I had time, it means what? If I had time, means I didn't get the time, so naturally I could not go to the gym. Situation did not take place. If the situation didn't take place, then you cannot expect the result also. Okay? Now, the second is, if I had come to Pune, we could have met. Okay? Please focus properly. If I had come to Pune. If I had come to Pune, it means I didn't go to Pune. So naturally, if I didn't go to Pune, then how I could meet someone, right? So if I had come to Pune, we could have met. So naturally, the person didn't go to Pune, so he didn't meet the person. He could not manage to meet the person. Okay, the next is, if I had more money, I would have traveled to Europe. Next, if you had called earlier, comma, we could have given you a seat. If you had called earlier, we could have given you a seat. But what happened? You didn't call earlier. Next, if I had studied further, I would have a better job. But what happened? I didn't study further. So naturally, I would not get a good job. Right? So this was when to use could or would. Right? We use could or would to talk about the situation. Which situation? Unreal situations. Right? The next is, sometimes we form probable situations with should. Right? Sorry. Let's see one more example. Here it is. This is the second case. First was when to use could and would. And now this is should. Right? Sometimes we perform probable conditions with should. The first is, should he trouble you? Please tell me. Then, should they reach early, comma, ask them to wait. These are the probable situations in possibility. Probable situation means probability that may happen or may not happen. Alright students, so I hope you understood the concepts of models in conditional sentences. Is that clear? So what you have to do, you have to revise all these things, right? Now we'll see PPT, so that through that PPT the concept will be more clear to you. Okay, so now let's go to see that. I'm sure that now the concept of conditional, that is your third type of conditional, is clear to you, right? Now we'll see this PPT to make the concept more clear. Okay, I told you that the type third conditional, right? They are such sentences which describes a situation that did not happen and imagine the result of the situation, right? And they are said to be the third conditionals. Alright students, I have told you that third type of conditional, they include such situation that actually did not take place and they just imagine the result of the situation. Alright, so such conditions, such sentences are known as third conditional. Okay, now let's see here what is given. The type third conditional refers to an impossible condition. See, what is the word here? Impossible condition in the past. Right? Impossible condition in the past and its probable result in the past. These sentences are truly hypothetical and unreal because it is now too late for the condition or its result to exist. There is always some implication of regret with type third conditional sentences. The reality is the opposite of or contrary to what the sentence expresses. In type 3 conditional sentences, the time is the past and the situation is hypothetical. Am I clear here? Right? They discuss about the sentences or they describe a situation which actually did not happen. And they just imagine the result of the situation, and that is why it is known as unreal situation. Okay, because in fact actually those situation did not take place, then how we can expect the result of it? All right, that's why these sentences are unreal sentences. Right, now we'll see. For example, let's see. Now this will make the concept more clear to you people. Okay, let's see now. So please pay attention first of all, because if you will pay attention, then only this concept will be clear to you. Right? Now see. If I had worked harder, I would have passed the exam. Right? What is that? If I had worked harder. Right? If I had worked harder, I would have passed the exam. But actually what happened? But I did not work hard and I did not pass the exam. See, if you work hard, naturally you will get result. You will get good result of it. But here in this situation, what happened? Here the person did not work hard, so didn't get the passing marks or didn't pass, right? If I had worked hard but he did not do hard work, so he did not pass the exam, right? Next, if I had known you were coming, I would have baked a cake. But I did not know and I did not bake a cake. Clear? Here, actually that situation did not take place, so but natural, the result will also not take place. Here, the result is just an imagination. Third, I would have been happy. I would have been happy if you had called me on my birthday. Right? But you did not call me and I am not happy. The situation did not take place because you did not call me. And because you did not call me, so I am not happy. Clear? Yes? Any doubt here? Students, is there any doubt? Yeah. Okay, is it clear? Alright, very good. Now, let's move to the next one. The perfect conditional sentence. Tense. It is very important, students. You should know the format here. See, the perfect conditional of any verb is composed of 3 elements. And what are those 3 elements? Would plus have plus past participle. See, Have followed by the past participle is used in other constructions as well. It is called the perfect infinitive. Now see the structure here. Subject plus would plus have plus past participle. Right? In this way you have to make use of the conditional sentences. Now see, he is the subject here. Would we have used? Then have we have used, and the past participle form go. Right? This is gone here. So the past participle form of go. Go and gone. Got it? Now, they would have stayed. They would have stayed. Past participle form here. Okay? So these are small things, but you have to keep in mind if you want to make the concept really clear. Yeah? Now next. Now see, this is very important to understand that it is not necessary that always if clause or condition come first and the main clause comes afterwards, the result. Right? This is the conditional clause and this is the main result. This is the main clause, means result, right? This can also come first. Main clause can also come first and conditional clause can come afterward. So anything can come first. So it is not a compulsory thing that only if clause will come first and main clause will come afterwards. No. Anyways, it is correct, okay? Main clause can also come first, okay? Now, let's move to the next. Yeah. So please pay attention here. This is unreal situations. So how we have to deal with this? Let's see now. See, hypothetical situation in the past means unreal situations in the past. Now, what is given here? Very carefully you have to watch, then only you will understand. And once you understand this thing, you will have no problem again. Okay, let's see. If only I wish I had thought about it more carefully. Okay? I wish I had thought about it more carefully, but I did not thought. But I did think about it carefully. If you had told me about the problem earlier, I would have done something about it. But you didn't tell me about it. Okay, but you didn't tell me about it. Right, so unreal situation. Now look here. If our best player had not got injured, we would have won the match. If our best player hadn't got injured, we would have won the match. Now let's find out the if clause here. We know very well that this is the if clause because condition is given here, right? And what is the condition here? If our best player had not got injured, then what would be the result? We would have won the match, right? And what is the condition? Condition is if our best player had not got injured, right? Then what would be the result? We would have won the match. So we can see that this is if clause because condition is given here. And this is past perfect hadn't got. Now would have won. We have used here would have with past participle form of win. Clear? If clause is this is the if clause and this is the result. This is the main clause. Right? Now, let's move. Now, okay? So, I told you that anyone can come first, right? If clause or main clause. Okay? Now, let's see here, this one. The sentence can begin with an if clause or a main clause. If the sentence begins with an if clause, put a comma between the if clause and the main clause. What is the meaning here? If you are using the if clause first, so you have to use a comma. Clear? You have to use a comma. If plus past tense or could plus comma is there, plus present unreal conditional would or models. Okay? Then next is present unreal conditional would or models plus if plus past tense or could. Means anyone can come first. If clause can come first, or the main clause can come first, and then the if clause can come first. But the only thing you have to pay attention is, if you are using if clause, then after using if and past tense or could, you have to use a comma. Right? Now let's see the example to make it more clear. Yeah? See, the first one. If I had studied, I would have passed the exam. If I had studied. Sometimes you also think like this, isn't it? That after getting, if you get good marks, then well and good. But if whenever you get less marks, you feel, oh, if I had studied, I would have passed with good marks. Like this, isn't it? So see, here if clause is used first. If I had studied, this is the past form. And what is this now? Comma is here. Past tense, right? Had is here. Then studied is here. Then after this comma is there. I would have passed the exam. This is the unreal condition sentence. Okay? I would have passed the exam. Or I would have passed the exam. This is the unreal condition. So you can use in either way. You can use the if clause first and then the main clause, or you can use the main clause first and then the if clause. Have passed the exam if I had studied. See, look here. When you use if, then you have to use comma here, right? But when you use main clause first, then you will not use any comma in between. Now see the next one. If the museum had been open, if you have started with if, so you are using comma here, we would have seen many different handworks. If the museum had been open, we would have seen many different handworks. We would have seen many different handworks, or we would have seen many different handworks if the museum had been open, right? So either way you can use. Okay? So this is, you have to pay attention. If you are using if first, if clause you are using first, then you have to use comma. Or if you are using the main clause first, then you will not use comma in between. Right? Now, let's move towards the next slide here. Okay? Now see. If you want, we can use models in both if clause and main clause, or you can use models only in one part. Right? See, if you want, we can use models in both if clause and main clause. In at both places you can use the models, or you can use models only in one part. That is according to the situation. Now see the example. If I had the power, I might have looked after myself. If I had the power, I might have looked after myself. But I didn't have the power. Yeah, that was the condition. So, didn't look after myself. Okay. Now the next is, if my son could have taken, here you are using it only in one part. If my son could have taken the English course, he could have passed the exam. You can see here that we have used models in both parts, in the if clause also as well as in the main clause also. Now next is, if she could have gone to Mexico, she would have seen the best friends. If she could have gone to Mexico, but she could not go, so she would have not seen the best friends. Right, students? Always keep in mind that type 3 conditionals, they talk about unreal situation that actually did not take place, and the result is the result is just the imagination and not real. All right, let's move to the next now. Using type 3 in question. If you want to make the questions, then how you will. This is, what would have happened if there hadn't been any electricity in our lives? These are examples, okay? So pay attention how we can use this in example, right? These conditions. What would have happened if there hadn't been any electricity in our lives? Would you have helped me if you had had time? See, unreal situation, right? Would you have helped me if you had had time? Talking about the past. Talking about the past, right? And you know very well that we cannot do any changes in the past. Wouldn't you have studied hard if I hadn't warned you? Wouldn't you have studied hard if I hadn't warned you? Okay? What would you have done if you had had lots of money? But in reality, the person didn't have money, right? So how the result would take place? So they are talking about unreal situation, right? When situation doesn't take place, how the result will come? Now, in main clause, we can use would plus have plus third form of the verb, could plus have plus third form of the verb, and might plus have plus third form of the verb. Let's see. If you had come here a bit early, you would have seen the most famous actor of London. If you had come here a bit early, you would have seen the most famous actor of London. But what happened in reality? You were not here. You hadn't came here. And so, what was the result? You would have not seen. You couldn't see that famous actor because the situation is unreal. So naturally the result will not take place. The next is, if my income had been very much, which is actually not. Got it? If my income had been very much, which is actually an unreal situation at that time, and in the past also it was unreal, I could have bought a house with a garden. But actually the income was not good. So didn't buy the house with the garden. Alright. Now next is, if I had been an educated mother, I might have brought up my children better. But in fact, I'm not an educated mother, so could not bring my children better. Okay? So, I hope students, now the concept is very much clear and you should have no doubts regarding this. So, what you have to do for this, students, you have to go through this PPT at least 2-3 times, right? To make everything very much clear, right? Because this concept is a bit confusing, but the way I have taught you, I'm sure that there should be no doubt, right? But for this you have to go through it again. Alright? Okay. So now students, we will do the exercise, okay? So we are on page number 37 and exercise E and F we have to do. Alright? Now see the exercise E. Make sentences with if, could, would, have, using the hints given below. The first one is done for you. Okay, the first one is already done. You can see. The question is, I have no time / practice basketball. Okay. Now, in this you have to use could, would plus have, and models and all you have to use this. See, the answer is, if I had time, I could practice basketball with you. Alright? Now, let's do the second one. Did not leave early / missed bus. Did not leave early / missed bus. Okay? What is the answer here? If you had left early, comma, I already told you that if you are using if clause first, then you have to use comma after it, right? So if you had left early, comma, you wouldn't have missed the bus. You wouldn't have missed the bus, right? Now see the third one. Have to work tonight / cannot go to gym. Have to work tonight / cannot go to gym. So what is the answer here? If I did not have to work tonight, comma, I could have gone to the gym. I could have gone to the gym, right? Now see the fourth one. Going to visit grandmother / cannot come for party. Right? What was the reason for not attending the party? The reason was the person went to visit grandmother. Right? So what will be the answer here? If I wasn't going to visit my grandmother, comma, I could have come for the party. I could have come for the party. Now, fifth is, Mayank may refuse to pay / not to give him books. Alright? Mayank may refuse to pay / not to give him books. So now, let's see here. We'll begin it with if clause first. If Mayank had paid / he could have been given the books. So this is the main clause here. If the main clause is he could have been given the books. And the if clause is if Mayank had paid. This if clause means conditional clause, right? Now the sixth one is have no money, cannot lend you any. Right? Now let's see here. If I had money, this is the conditional clause, means if clause. If I had money, comma, I could have lent you some. I could have lent you some. Alright. So this was your E exercise, and now we will do the F exercise. So let's see here. Here are some questions. Complete them using the right model. So you have to fill the models here. Dash, you please be quiet. Dash, you please be quiet. And the answer is could. The second is, why dash you always tease your sister? So come on, guess the answer. It is very easy. Why should you always tease your sister? Third is, dash you make so much noise. Should you make so much noise? Okay. Now fourth is, dash we see a movie tonight. So what is the correct answer here? Can. Yes. Can we see a movie tonight? Now the fifth one, dash you like a little more tea. So what is this? Could you like a little more tea? Could you like a little more tea? This is an offer. Okay? Now sixth is, dash I throw away all this rubbish. Dash I throw away all this rubbish. So what will come here? Shall I throw all this rubbish? Now 7, dash you really be studying? Question mark. So dash you really be studying? And the answer is will. Will you really be studying? Alright. Now 8. Dash you close the door. Can you close the door? Right? Can you close the door? 9. Who dash likes some cake? Who dash likes some cake? Who would like some cake? Who would like some cake? Okay. Now the 10th and the last one. Where dash we stay? Where dash we stay? And the answer is where should we stay? Alright, where should we stay? So students, with this exercise E and F, we have come to the end of this chapter. Alright, I hope you will go through all this content very well. Alright, and I'm sure that this chapter number 5 is very much clear to you and there should be no doubt regarding it. But if you have any query or any doubt, then I'll try to solve it. Okay, so we'll meet in the next video. Till that time, take care.